not one person there. Surprising. Lots of people. That's no wonder that
They just broke.
bankrupt and even Magnum and lots of only the shoppers there and there. Nobody there in those shops, you know. How long is she still trying to tell us? It's going to be difficult.
Well, I was just waiting for the right person. They finally came along.
Did you give you one?
No, Peter Craig.
Peter.
Larry just tired me to come down from the mountain.
How long were you up there?
Yeah, when you pursue all these spiritual things, enlightenment, freedom, this, that, and the other, you expect to be in an extraordinary state, in a blissful state. I experienced all kinds of spiritual experiences when I was doing what is that word you want?
Sadhana.
And why do you have to use Sanskrit?
You asked me.
Like in some other word other than I come from.
Spiritual practices.
Huh?
Spiritual practice.
Spiritual practices. I experienced everything, name it. And everything there in the textbook. I thought I was in a blissful state all the time. But at that time I did not realize that it was my thought that created all those experiences. And anything you want, you can experience. But what you do not know, you cannot experience at all. So we don't realize that when you experience something like a blissful state or ecstasy or something like that for the first time, you call it the first time. You are kidding yourself. The fact that you recognize that ecstatic state as an ecstatic state implies that the knowledge about that state is already there. Otherwise, you have no way of experiencing it. Another thing is thought can create anything and put it out there. And you can feel, touch, and experience the very solidity of the thing. That is how all these jokers experience God. And they walk hand in hand with God, and they converse with God. That's how you create. So thought is matter. So it gives materiality to things. So you experience the softness, the hardness of a thing, because we are taught that everything that is there is put in by your grandmother, great-grandmother. The credit or discredit goes to mother. We it was my grandmother who told me that the sky is blue. And since then, every time I look at the sky, I tell myself that the sky is blue. Of course, if you ask me that this question, is the sky blue, I would say it is blue because somebody told me. But the physical eye does not look at the sky as blue. You will be surprised. The sensory activity is all the time controlled by the knowledge that is put in there. So when something hit me, I said to myself, self-realization, they call it in whatever section. So there is no self there to realize. There is no mind. Mind I discarded much earlier, in my 30s, because I studied psychology as part of my studies, then philosophy. And so, where is this the self? Where is this center? Where is the spirit that these people talked about? I discarded the spirit because the spirit is a Latin word and it means breath. So you breathe, breathe is lost, you say, when you describe a dead person. So that can be all. You are a very successful lawyer, and you have gathered so many experiences. You think you are somebody. So when that happens, is at all, everything is going to come to an end just like that. So that can be there. You see, something must be there. Something must live there also. So when people ask me the question about reincarnation in India, everybody believes, not only in India, that virus is spreading abroad too, because all these jokers come here from the East and sell all kinds of stuff here. And so, what my question to them is, what is there now which you think will reincarnate? I can say that there is no reincarnation, although I was brought up in that atmosphere. Everybody in India believes in reincarnation. And so when you try to find out what do you think will reincarnate when you are dead, and why are you interested in reincarnation? You are already dead. It's a living thing will never ask the question what will happen when you are dead. I'm going away from your basic question, but all that is focusing the very thing I was searching for. And so what I was left with was there is nothing there to discover, there is nothing there to be free from. And the thought that there was nothing there, no self to realize, nothing there to be transformed, nothing there to be changed. That hits you like a ton of rocks. Ton of rocks is nothing, like a shaft of a lightning. Even that is not the correct expression, like an earthquake. It hits you. So, all through your life, the stranglehold of thought is controlling every movement of that thought. Every experience of yours is colored by the knowledge that is put in there by culture, society, or whatever you want to call it. So when that is wiped out, as a result of this great big shock, the body has to realign itself to its natural function. That is why I called this, described that as a natural state. And all those religious buffs who come to visit me translate that as a synonymous term for enlightenment, God realization, versus what they come up with. So what is body? Just a drop of something living here, with an extraordinary intelligence. When an earthquake hits the planet, it's not a comfortable thing for us, but family, many of us, near 1 year, everything is destroyed. So that is very essential for this planet, because the planet has to realign itself. That's part of the natural happenings. There's something which you cannot stop, you know. So it has to realign. The body has to function in a natural way, in a normal way, and allow the intelligence that is there to express itself. So this was a very painful process. I thought I would be thrown in blissful state, something extraordinary, nothing. I was left with all the physical pain and the struggle to readjust itself to the normal conditions. That's why I use that word calamity. But actually it is not a calamity. It is able to express itself, and whatever potential is there, it begins to express itself. The spiritual potential is the one thing that is not necessary, that is not there. So it cannot express itself in any other way other than the natural potential. And I use that word, if you are a murderer, then you are not. Probably you are. Once I met the Supreme Court judge in Supreme Court in India, and he visited me and all kinds of people, scientists, psychologists, religious people, politics, judges. I don't know why they come to see you out of curiosity. They really put in the newspapers. And we were talking about murder or some such thing. I told him, look, I see a murderer lurking in you. Judge. What? I see a murderer lurking in you. You dispose of all these people, he's talked in his tracks. Then I explained to him, there is something that is stopping you to get whatever you want under any circumstances and at any cost. not hesitate to kill that person. So I don't believe whatever you say now. I don't know what you will do when you have to get rid of something that stands in the way of achieving your goal. You know? He said, yes, you are right. I have had these murderous thoughts when people make passes at my wife. Would you believe that? So if you are a murderer, if murdering tendencies are there in you, you become a murderer with a great sinner.
That's after the calamity
If there is a potential that is there, how this holy business is flushed out of your system. Everything that everybody thought, felt and experienced before you is thrown out of your system. You are left with the simple communication necessity of using language to communicate and to function in this world fairly and intelligently. If you ask me what is the color of that, I will say it is blue, it is brown. I have to. So all of us can decide to call this a donkey with another name, monkey. We will relearn. And every time you look at a monkey, you will call it a donkey. That's all that is there. You know, I'm not oversimplifying, but in basic situations, that is all that we are left. So then you begin to function sanely and intelligently. And you are not in conflict with the society. The demand to bring about a change is thrown out of your system, so the demand to change the world also goes out of you. What is wrong with this world? The world cannot be any difficult. How can it be difficult? All the judges are all God. I'm not listening to you. Unfortunately, he is as a judge.
The devil killed
But the murder is on the increase, don't you agree? The logical argument you throw at me or put forward is that if it is not outlawed, there will be more murder. I'm not ready to swallow that statement, of course.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
No, you wouldn't say that. It's on the increase. It's on the increase. Today you put that down there in the gas chamber. You call that? What do you call it? I am not for that. You do what you like. It's your law. I am not in conflict. If I find myself in such a situation, I get it right. I don't want your freedom of speech. If all of you decide that this fellow is a danger to this society, you stop talking, I stop talking. I'm not going to demand and fight for my freedom of speech. You may think that I'm a great big fool in the name of freedom of speech. Before freedom, you kill how many thousands and thousands of people? Huh? It's all right for me to make fun of President Bush and call him this, that, and the other, just fine. They're all comedians, a bunch of comedians on television. That's all they speak, but he becomes a real threat. You will be surprised how they will dispose you off. And so why am I happy?
Do you think that change in society occurs naturally, or because?
Unless we are pushed, we may talk of a new world order, but that's not going to happen. You know. And there was a time when I used to give lectures on such silly subjects, new world order, the world in transition. Here in the United States, transition from where to where? It has always been the same, exactly the same. That's why I always give the simile. The caveman used the jawbone of an axe to kill his neighbor. And now we have the most destructive weapons. So you kill people in the name of God, in the name of freedom, in the name of democracy, in the name of communism, in the name of fundamental. I don't know fundamentalists. We are all up against me. And I said Jesus is a misguided Jew or some such thing. You know. I thought they would come and kill me. My friend who telephoned from England today, he is a Labour Party leader. His Labour Party lost the election, he is saying. And he thought that I predicted that. No, I did not predict that at all. So I mentioned that about the reaction of the fundamentalists. Be careful. What do I have to do? That very good. If you finish, we fine.
Does this also apply to the individual? The society will only change towards to
You also, so I'm not referring to you as an
No, I
individual.
understand.
We are all the time talking of thinking about a change. When the time comes to change, you are not ready to change. You know, the change is for the good. It is within the framework. A modified continuity to the same is all that you are interested in. There is not going to